Okay. Hey everybody. It's Lala. So first and foremost, I just want to say thank you for whoever is tuned in or is watching the video. I just want to thank you guys for liking and sharing the video to support me, keep me motivated, or whatever the case may be. But whatever it is that you do, comment, liking, sharing, I appreciate it. It may be a little bit noisy in the background. It's just my baby. If you don't like the noise, the baby noise or whatnot, you could just click right off the video, okay? So the topic today that we're supposed to be going over is about healing, all right? So whether it's healing childhood wounds, whether it's healing past relationships, whether it's healing any hurt, pain, past pain, or just healing some things within yourself that needs to be changed, all right? The main topic is about healing. And in those who are in the healing process, okay, this video is for you, okay? So, hopefully everybody had a good week this week. Some of us did, and some of us didn't, okay? I do know I did have a crazy week, okay? I'm not holding on to any grudges for whatever happened this week. But I did learn a huge lesson. And I don't care how old you are, doesn't matter how old you are, we're still learning lessons. Okay, we're still going through lessons and we're still learning. Alright, that's part of growth. First and foremost, if you are watching this video, I just want to do, at the end of the video, we're going to do a breathing and meditation healing session. Just something small, something short. I don't want to make the video too long or too drawn out, okay? So, all right, let's get into it. So, some of us, let's jump into childhood wounds, okay? Some of us go through things in life where we think because when we went through things that we went through when we were children, we believe that it's over. You know, oh, I was just a child. That was a long time ago. I don't go through that anymore. So on and so forth. Okay? But you can think again. Because for the simple fact that childhood wounds takes years, depending on, the person and how well the person, or how resilient the person is when it comes to pain or anxiety or separation issues. Okay? And again, if you are sensitive or if this is too touchy for you or too fragile of a subject, you could just click off the video. But I do want to touch on some of us may have been through abandonment issues from our fathers, or our families or our mothers. Some of us may have been through sex abuse. Some of us may have been through domestic abuse or child abuse. Okay? Know that a lot of that stuff still carries on with you over into adulthood. So I want to get into how to cope with it, how to basically know what it is that you're facing within yourself when you're going when you're trying to heal these childhood wounds. Because a lot of us don't even realize that we still carry childhood wounds over with us into our adult life. Because that inner child has not been healed. Okay? Now, let's say, for instance, for women, when we find ourselves holding on to abusive relationships that we know is no good for us, we tend to turn a blind eye to the red flags or turn a blind eye to how the person is treating us. Because we were so used to being treated that way, maybe by mom, maybe by dad or family, that we cling on to that person even more because we're trying to find happiness, or we're trying to find that person to make us happy, or we're trying to find healing in that person instead of trying to heal ourselves. Now, people think that's impossible. How do you heal yourself? It's definitely not impossible to heal yourself. There's many ways. There's many different methods to heal yourself. A lot of it, I'm not going against anyone who takes medication or whatever the case may be, but self-medicating is not always healthy for us. And I'm just going to be real. Self-medicating is actually, it's just like putting a Band-Aid over a oozing wound. And you put that Band-Aid over it, but it's still bleeding through the Band-Aid. Okay? But did you let the wound heal first before you patch it up? So what I'm trying to say is this. Some of our toxic behavior and our toxic ways come from inner childhood wounds. And that's something that a lot of us have to be careful of. Okay? Because even though you don't even realize it, you continuously abuse yourself. And then you continuously abuse yourself by allowing that other person to abuse you and hurt you and cause more pain and affliction on top of the pain and affliction that you've experienced when you were a child. Then what we tend to do is we turn around, we blame the other person. Okay, and I'm in referencing to a relationship. We tend to blame the other person for, what they did to us. Instead of blaming ourselves and saying to ourselves, or apologizing to yourself and forgiving yourself for allowing yourself to lose a part of your soul to that person by allowing them to use you and abuse you. And please, receive what I'm saying. Don't just hear what I'm saying, receive it. Okay? Even though that other person may have physically hurt you, or the other person may have did what they did, but you can't continue on pitying yourself and blaming and pointing the finger at what that person did to you. Instead, you have to point the finger at yourself and say to yourself, why did I allow myself to be abused? Why did I not see my worth? Why did I not love myself? Okay? And that's another topic that we'll get into next time, is about self-love. All right? I do sessions for healing sessions or meditation sessions, so on and so forth. Now let's get into healing past relationships. Okay? Or relationships. A lot of it has, if you're going through toxic situations and relationships, like domestic disputes, fighting, arguing, so on and so forth, just know that it does take two to tango. I'm not giving the other person who may be causing toxicity in your life, I'm not giving them any leeway or saying it's okay that they do it or whatever the case may be, okay? I need people who are open-minded and like-minded to listen to this video, okay? And not just hear the video, receive it, all right? I just want to say, about healing past relationships. When it comes to healing past relationships or relationships, okay? There's a lot of things that we need to work on within ourselves, okay? Whether it's mentally, spiritually, or physically, okay? A lot of us go through very, very emotional issues, very heavy emotional issues, depression, so on and so forth, okay? Especially when you're dealing with a person who may be a narcissist, and I'm not talking about the good narcissist. There's so many different terms and meanings for the word narcissist, okay? When it comes to you dealing with a person who is selfish, a person who is a narcissist, someone who is crude, rude, a lot of times we tend to have a hard time with walking away from people like that as well, okay? And that's because we still are not healed. Or when we find ourselves, like I said, blaming the other person or pointing the finger at the other person about everything instead of noticing what it is that we need to work on within ourselves. Okay? You have to step back and think, what am I doing wrong to attract these type of people? What am I doing to attract these types of relationships? Why do I keep putting myself in these types of relationships? Why do I keep getting into these types of relationships that inflict pain? A lot of it has to do with you going through a lesson in life. Now, this may sound crazy to some people, but this is true. Some people are meant to come into your life to teach you a lesson. If you find yourself in and out of different relationships, but it seems like it's the same type of people, it's because it's something in yourself that you're not seeing, something that you have not healed. Okay? For one, not loving yourself, okay? Or not looking for love within self first before you look for it in someone else to do it for you. You're not going to attract a person that's going to love you the way you should be loved or the way you deserve to be loved, especially if you don't see your worth. If you don't see your worth, the other person is not going to see your worth. If you don't love yourself, the other person is not going to love you the way you should love yourself. If you're constantly pitying yourself and saying, and constantly looking for someone else to love you, instead of loving you first and projecting that love onto you, then you will never find true love. All right? Because all in all, and I'm not going to say this for all, some of us know how we should be treated. Some of us don't know how we should be treated. Some of us don't even realize that we're being mistreated. Okay? It's not okay to have someone abuse you. It's not okay to have someone, dumb you down just to empower themselves. Okay? Because you have a lot of people, or you have a lot of narcissistic and selfish people when they get in relationships. Let's say for instance the abuser. Okay? When people like low vibrational people like that get into relationships, they went through past childhood abuse that they haven't healed within themselves, or they were hurt by someone else. And then when they come along and they meet someone like you, or you've attracted this person, they'll just, it's like a cycle. They'll continuously keep hurting person after person after person that they get into a relationship with, not even realizing that this is how they were treated. Okay? And that's why I say you can't always blame the other person for everything that went wrong in a relationship. Okay? If both of you are coming in broken and unhealed with baggage, everybody has baggage. No one's perfect. But if that's not something that you see beforehand, before getting into a relationship, then expect the worst. Okay? So, if you have any questions about this topic of the video today, or if you like the video, like it. If you could share the video, share it. It takes some of my time out to do these videos, but I would appreciate the support. All right, so let's get into our meditation session, because I feel like the video kind of dragged on a little bit long. Okay. To raise your vibration when you're doing meditation, it's best that you turn some music on. You can specifically go on YouTube or Spotify, wherever you listen to music at, and just put some meditation sounds on. There's different meditation sounds. There's meditation sounds for healing, for attracting abundance, or you could put some affirmation sounds on and repeat some affirmations for self-talk to raise your vibration or your confidence, or if you were having a bad day or having heavy emotions or depressed, or if you're scatterbrained. It's always best to take time out of your day and meditate and pray. Okay? To whoever it is that you believe in, or whoever it is that you pray to. Okay? So what I want you guys to do tonight is take some headphones or a radio, your phone, put some meditation sounds on, or some music that is positive or that is good to your soul. And, if you prefer, but this is good for meditation sessions, is to light a candle. Okay. Normally white or red or yellow. Sit in Indian style or plant your feet to the ground. Relax your shoulders. Close your eyes. Breathe in deep through your nose. Breathe out slow through your mouth. And repeat this over and over again until you feel light. Okay? Until you feel like you have released tension. Till you feel relaxed. Make sure you keep a cup of water next to you while you do this. And I'm telling you, it will turn things around. It will turn things around for the better. Meditation is medication. Okay? So until next time, angels, I love you guys. Thank you for watching the video. Good night.